And here I thought we'd have to level up every single weapon to the max. In fact, I think we actually did just that, which is kind of crazy. Yes, indeed, we most certainly did. What can I say? I went above and beyond without even really needing to do so. Again, all you have to worry about when it comes to in-game trophies or just getting the Omega Man trophy, whatever the hell it is, all you have to worry about is just leveling up your Gadgetron weapons. Once all of them are leveled up, then you get that trophy. Might as well take one more look on all the trophies that we managed to gather throughout the course of the game. Get a nice good look of everything that we have here. And again, when it comes to all the different trophies that we gathered, these are all the hidden trophies first. And I believe the floor trophies are the only ones that are actually animated. The regular trophies, not so much. Titanium Collector, you get this, of course, for getting all the titanium bolts in the game. Skill Master for getting every single skill point. Kind of boring looking, to be honest, but hey, it is a trophy. Nano Finder, increasing your nanotech up to its absolute maximum potential of 200. And Annihilation Nation Champion, which you get for completing every single challenge within Annihilation Nation, including the Quartastic Battle, I think. I don't know if that particular challenge is excluded or not, but I feel like if you're going to complete them all, you might as well complete that one too. And of course, Friend of the Rangers, when it comes to this particular trophy, you get this for completing every single optional Ranger mission throughout the entire galaxy. And Omega Arsenal, of course, getting the Omega version of every single weapon in the game, and leveling up the Rhino all the way to the Rhinocerator, aka leveling that thing up to its maximum potential. And that's that. That's all of our trophies, folks. That's all the in-game trophies. Everything is looking beautimous. You're beautimous. Alright, let's go ahead and change the ship one last time. Go ahead and flip that on and turn on or put on those wings. And we're going to select ourselves one more color. As far as what color we're going to go with this time, let's see. How about we go with the Insomniac Special? I don't remember if I showed this off before or not, but if I did, well then, don't worry about it, Chief. Don't worry about it. Alright, off to Metropolis. Time to head to the Insomniac Museum. And once we are there, then the real party can begin. Whew, boy, that was certainly something. This has been one hell of a ride. Again, I really wish I could have finished the game in the last session, but hey. I wasn't sure how much longer I would need to keep going before we wrap up absolutely everything and finish the grind. But hey, at least it's finished now, and we don't need to worry about anything ever again. At least when it comes to this game. Still out of order? Are you kidding me? Wow, okay, that's a load of bull. Well, that sucks. Well, I know one thing I can definitely do here, and like I mentioned before, one surefire way to see when exactly you'll be able to enter the Insomniac Museum, you need to change the time. So let's go ahead and quit the game. And since we've already saved via autosave, we don't need to worry about losing progress. So again, just need to change the time, make sure it's not synced with the internet. And if I recall correctly, we just need to turn this off first. And time zone, daily savings, of course, change the date and time, set manually. And we're going to change the time to, how about 1 a.m.? I think that's what I need to set it to. I think I said it was 2 a.m. before, but if we set it to 1 a.m., then we should be fine. We'll find out soon enough. Okay, let's load up the game, load up slot 1. Okay, anytime now, PS3, that would be great. Alrighty, let's see here. Again, I don't really know what else it could be when it comes to accessing the Insomniac Museum. I know for a fact that it's there. I know it involves changing the time to a certain time frame. And here I thought it would automatically open up upon reaching 100% completion. Much like it worked in Going Commando, because in Going Commando I was able to access the Insomniac Museum in a couple of different ways. Aha! Cool! It's just as I thought. You just need to set the time to 3 a.m. Set the time to 3 a.m. and it remains open from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Here we are, folks. Finally, after what seems like an eternity. Welcome to the Insomniac Museum. As far as the Insomniac Museum is concerned, this place is filled with all different kinds of memorabilia, and it's also like a direct recreation of the offices, or the office of Insomniac Games. Also, now that I'm really thinking about it, I believe, hmm. For whatever reason, you can't really save the game while you're in here. Interesting. No. Visual? If you're wondering why I did that, it's because I think the help desk thing also tells you what certain text boxes are. Early on, we planned to have turbo slider races included in Ratchet Clank 3. Due to a lack of time, however, they were eventually cut. However, you can still drive around on the only racetrack ever to be created. So in other words, as you can see, this vehicle is untextured, and it has no collision either. What's kind of crazy is that I think this was supposed to be like extra multiplayer mode. I'm not 100% certain. But if you remember some of those vehicle missions that involved driving around this particular thing, well, there was going to be like an optional mode which you could go and play and just race around on a racetrack. But due to time constraints, sadly that plan kind of fell through. So therefore, whoa, that was weird. I love them physics. But anyway, since those plans fell through, you can't really, there's no mode. There's no race mode. They only developed one track, and even then, it's not exactly finished, as you can clearly see. It's all just filled with textures that are, yeah, they clearly needed another round of polishing. But again, this is just one of those things where it was only a... Whoa! Whee! And also, collision detection. What the heck is that? Sadly, that does not exist here. Well, that was pretty neat. But yeah, that was the racetrack. Nothing really fancy there. But even so, it's still nice that we get an idea as to what could have been when it came to this. Our QA testers put their heads together and came with a number of fiendishly hard hacker puzzles. See if you're good enough to beat them. If you can win some bolts. I think I'm good when it comes to bolts. I mean, I have almost 10 mil. Donated by Bill Powers. I also like the fact that we have the developers' faces scattered throughout the entirety of the Insomniac Museum as well. Again, I could have swore that there were different voice tracks here for each member of the Insomniac team. Also, this hacker puzzle, I don't think it allows it accesses much of anything, but you can edit the puzzle to make it do certain things. You can change the randomized seed, you can change the number of rounds, the pellet speed, round speed. You can change all different kinds of stuff here. And as far as I'm concerned, even if you do clear that particular part of that hacker puzzle, it doesn't really award you with anything whatsoever. It's just there, it's just there for fun. So that's pretty nice. Also, we have this unique enemy here. This is Captain Blackstar, the original boss enemy at the end of Quark VidComic 1. He ultimately proved too complex and was cut. Interesting. And also, if you stand next to this guy, you can cycle through different animations that they had planned for him. Like him standing up, him attacking, him moving around, being victorious, walking around, doing all different kinds of stuff. Hell, you can even see him dance right now, so that's pretty cool. And hell, even seeing him attack is pretty neat as well. Maybe the reason why they couldn't really implement him wasn't necessarily due to him being too complex. Maybe it was just the devs being a bit too ambitious in that regard. I'm not too sure. Oh, hello. Hey, Chainblade! Remember him from Going Commando? Well, he's here. And I think he was supposed to be one of the boss characters from the arena. The arena over at Annihilation Nation. And as you can see, he does indeed have collision, and he also has a hitbox. I don't think you can okay, never mind. You can defeat him. And if you do defeat him, well, he goes the way of the dinosaur, and he never comes back. Oh, speaking of dinosaurs, we have something else here. Originally, if any team in multiplayer controlled all nodes in a battlefield, this monstrosity would appear and wreak havoc across the map. It was ultimately cut because it was too complex. So in other words, this is kind of like Insomniac's version of the tactical nuke from Call of Duty. Sort of. Then again, maybe it was supposed to be something else entirely, but I can definitely see what they mean about it being too complex when it comes to implementing this for the game's multiplayer. Speaking of multiplayer, of course, like I mentioned before, unfortunately I will not be able to show off the multiplayer at all because the game's multiplayer, even though it was restored for the initial release of the game on the PlayStation 3, the servers have long since shut down. So, yeah, we can't really do much in regards to that, unfortunately. There's also a tank room that we can go to. Cool. I'll be sure to show that off later. I don't think this thing has any sort of animation, so yeah, no need to worry about that. Also, as you can see, there is another hacker room, another room that we can access here. This is gonna be real fun. And I'm pretty sure this particular hacking puzzle is gonna be the hardest one yet. So be sure to bring your A game and pray that you can pass through all 4 stages. Okay, just need one more green and we should be golden. There we go. Again, this extra room is optional, but I would still recommend going through it anyway. That way we can learn a bit more about the game's development. It's going to take a little bit to unlock this door, I'll tell you that right now, but we'll get it done eventually. Also, flipping the stage... Ah, dang it! Flipping the lock, more or less, by pushing the R1 button, totally would recommend 10 out of 10. Just saying. You're gonna need to do that throughout the course of this whole thing. Because these devs are not playing around when it comes to the hacker puzzles. They're here challenging you and challenging your hacking skills. Just saying. Dang it, man. And this is only stage 2 out of 4. It can get really overwhelming really quickly. I don't even remember being able to access this room or not. And there's also a lot of blue nodes as well, so that's going to make things even more stressful than necessary. Hang it, man! Should have flipped. Should have flipped the frickin' table, but... no. I had to be done. Wow, that was actually pretty damn close. Just unfortunate that we got overwhelmed. Just need to lock the hell in. Excellent. On to stage 3. And of course we got this glitch going. Great. Wow, I'm surprised I got that first try. Next. Woo! Alright! There we go. Damn, that was hard. But you know what? It was worth it. Because the enemies appear so small on the screen when playing the Quark Vid comics, we thought we'd bring them closer to your viewing pleasure. I see. So in other words, we have even more enemies that, or no, these are all the enemies that appeared in the Quark Vid comics. So in other words, you can view all the different animations in which many of these enemies had, or have rather. Okay, that's actually pretty funny, not gonna lie. Look at them go! Thankfully, these guys can't hurt you, but they do have collision. So in other words, if you want a closer look at all the different models from the Quark Vid comics, well, here you go. They're all right here, and they're all ready for you to view and just mess around with and have fun. And you can even shoot them if you want. Although you can't really kill them. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Is it a big deal? No, not at all. One very nice thing about viewing all the different animation models of these guys is, at the very least, they can't hurt you. They're not real. They cannot hurt you. I'm not sure how much more of the Insomniac Museum we really need to look at here. And of course, we got ourselves a robotic rat because, you know, rats. Oh boy. Again, I really love the extra details of which the developers added to these guys. Quite nice to see. Funny enough, a lot of these enemies of whom we fought up to this point in the game, yeah, they are pretty small to be able to admire all of the small details. Not trying to make a pun here, but you get my point. What do we have here? Now you can play the original, uncut, uncensored version of the Quark vid comic. Booty is in the eye of the beholder, featuring different gameplay and the cut boss, Captain Blackstar. Can we really? The unnamed level was the first level ever designed for the Captain Quark vid comic rounds because it was very early. Many of the concepts we tried here didn't work, and as a result, we cut the level. It is preserved here for historical purposes. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a look. We'll play the unnamed Quark vid comic, sure. We'll play that one first, and then we'll check out the other one that was more or less a redux of the first level. And we'll see how this works.